everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Really excited to be sitting down with the CEO of Well Told Health, Monica Ruffo, which is a company that me and my team recently invested in. We're really focused on the wellness space and products that are disrupting the status quo. Well Told checks a lot of these boxes, and they have a wide variety of products that I use literally every single day. I can show you tons of them, but that would probably take up half the video. So for now, can't wait to introduce you to the founder herself, Monica. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Kevin. Thank you so much for having me.
Always a pleasure. So one thing that really stood out to you is that a lot of, something that's really important to me is, founders' skin in the game, but there's also that other more qualitative element of kind of that emotional skin in the game. Like, why did you start the company in the first place? Why is it important to you? You have a really compelling story. So I just want to start things off. Can you tell us about your story? What inspired you to start Well Told in the first place?
Sure. So actually my background is in marketing and advertising. And I thought my life and my career were going along just fine. Thank you very much. Until I got a diagnosis of a very aggressive form of breast cancer that really stopped me in my tracks. There's no breast cancer in my family. I wasn't really in the target age group. And so it really made me stop and start to question everything about my life and my lifestyle. And I'd been interested in wellness from a food and a fitness perspective, but I started to look at other aspects of my life. And one of the things that I looked at were all these supplements that I had at home that I was taking, thinking they would make me healthier. And when I looked at them, I realized for the first time, I guess, that I couldn't actually read the labels. And I thought, wow, I'm spending so much time thinking about what I'm putting into my body from a food perspective. How is it that I never really stopped to look at what these products are made from? So I went to a pharmacy and I asked the pharmacist what I thought was going to be a super simple question. I said, look, I'm going through chemotherapy. I want to put nothing but super clean things into my body. Can you tell me which of the supplements you have on your shelves are completely natural? So no synthetics and no fillers. So she didn't really know, but she came out from behind her counter and she started looking at all the bottles with me. And after a few minutes, she said, I'm really sorry, I can't help you. I have no idea what these products are made from. And I thought that was completely bananas. Like, how is it that a pharmacist with a scientific background has no idea what these products are made from? So that was definitely the genesis moment for this company and this product and this brand. I thought, I can't be the only one out there who actually wants clean supplements that are made from nothing but plants with no synthetics and no fillers. And so it started me on this crazy journey that brought me to found Well Told Health.
And, from a consumer standpoint, it's a little bit unfair that you can't even read what you're putting into your own body. So, I have some of these products that I'd say I actually have a whole box of them next to me here. You were telling me some pretty interesting ingredients that goes into traditional supplements. So why don't we talk about, how your supplements compare to what's on the shelf, like what goes inside of them?
Yeah, absolutely. So ours are made from nothing but plants, organic plants and therapeutic doses. So no synthetics, no fillers, no animal products. And on the journey that I started on before I founded the company, I actually went back to school and I got a certificate in plant-based nutrition from Cornell University. Not so much because I wanted to be the head scientist, but I at least want to be able to have a conversation about the science. And one of the things that I learned, which I thought was fascinating, is that somehow there's people who seem to think that because it's a plant, it's less powerful than something else, but nothing could be further from the truth. And I actually found out, much to my surprise, that the chemotherapy drug that I was given, was 100% plant-based. It's derived from the bark of the yew tree. And so if plants can create, that kind of a powerful drug, of course, in something like a supplement, they can be very, very powerful as well. And, a lot of pharmacology and pharmacy started years ago with plants, but over time, what's happened is, we as humans think we can do better than nature, as we often do. And so we've started to reproduce things in labs. And really, most of the synthetic vitamins and supplements out there are nothing but, man or woman's, reproducing something that nature makes to make it cheaper. And in other cases, the ingredients are derived from animals. So I think what you were referring to, which really blew my mind also when I found out, is that actually vitamin D isn't a vitamin at all. It was named in the 1920s because they didn't really know the difference between a vitamin and a hormone, but it actually is a hormone. The definition of a hormone is something that your body makes. And so vitamin D is something your body, it's a hormone. Hormone D, your body makes it in reaction to the sun. And so I would say probably 99% of the vitamin D on the market is actually sheep hormone. So it's derived from the lanolin of sheep. So it's harvested, the wax of sheep from their skin is harvested, it is melted with chemicals, whatever, and then it's put into these little capsules and you take that vitamin D. So, in our case, it's not at all that. We're plant-based. And so ours comes from portobello mushrooms. Someone thought to take a portobello mushroom and turn the gills to the sun, and the portobello mushroom makes vitamin D like humans and sheep do. And so it's a completely clean form of plant-based vitamin D. So yeah, very highly differentiated. All of our products are very unique and highly differentiated from what is out there.
And yeah, buying a vegan supplement isn't something I'd even considered, because you just kind of assume what goes into these bottles is probably already plant-based. Certainly not the case, as you've educated me. And for those of you at home, there's plenty of other growth stories of highly suspect ingredients going into these into some of these products, but we'll save that for another time. To dive further into R&D, so of course you currently sell these capsules, but I know you're going to expand your product portfolio. Can you tell us what's coming next?
Yeah, absolutely. So R&D and innovation is like really core to driving our business. It has been since the start. We launched with 5 SKUs. We now have 11, and they're all in hard shell capsule. And what we're coming out with is actually a powder line. So one thing that's really core to us is our mission. Our mission is clean wellness for all. So really making clean, plant-based wellness accessible to everyone. So our pricing strategy reflects that. We're all, even though our product is really premium, we still offer it at an everyday price. And part of Clean Wellness for All is providing people with wellness products in the way, where, and how they want them. So not everybody likes swallowing capsules. That's just the way it is. So this new line is all powder form. And they're coming out in these really cute, I don't know if you can see them, these really cute packages that are compostable. Which is also amazing, because being green as a company is another core value for us. So this really takes it to a whole other level. And so we have 6 powders coming out in the next few months that you can add to your smoothie, your coffee. There are all kinds of different blends.
Oh, awesome. I saw some of that. I saw something called Brain Power. You could send that my way. I could use the dose. And when I looked at your website, I looked at the store finder, and I'm downtown Vancouver. Directly in my vicinity, there was 3 or 4 places I could go right now. So you've already made a big splash in the Canadian market with distribution. So this is going to be kind of a 2-part question. I mean, for one, the big thing I saw recently is that you just expanded to CVS. So congratulations to you. That's going to be a big push into the US. Can you maybe just name drop a few other places people can pick up the products right now if they wanted to?
Sure, absolutely. So we are currently available we have 14,689 specifically points of distribution. So we kind of went from 0 to that in a very short period of time. We're available pretty much in all the big banners across Canada. So we are at Rexall, Shoppers Drug Mart, Loblaws, Whole Foods, and yeah, sort of pretty much every big banner here. And recently launched in CVS in the US. So for us, the US is really, we're just getting started. It's so much of a bigger market. And we literally are on their shelves as of this week. So it's very, like when I say we're just getting started, I mean, literally we are just getting started. So
yeah, congrats. I mean, you made such a splash in Canada so quickly that, I mean, the US, that's a 10 times larger market. So it's hard not to get excited about the growth that's going to come now that you have a foothold down there. So congrats.
Thank you.
You answered my next question about the distribution point. So fantastic. I mean, talk about knowing the exact number. Certainly a CEO who knows her company. I want to talk about something specifically, the packaging. Now, I go to a store, I look at these vitamins, they're all very kind of neutral, gray, dark blues, like they all kind of blend together and they're all pretty uninspiring. But the one thing I'll say is that when I look at your product, it jumps out off the shelf like really fast. It's clean, it's nice. The branding looks really good. It's really straightforward. You know exactly what you're putting into your body. Can you maybe talk to us a little bit about like the thought behind the branding and the landscape of that?
Sure, absolutely. Well, this is where my marketing background is shining through, I guess.
Indeed.
And because I come from marketing, we did actually a lot of focus groups before we launched the company. Through secondary data, I knew that women bought more supplements than men. And one of the interesting things that we found in talking to a lot of these women is that even though they were buying the products that are available, they pretty much felt like they felt left out. They felt that the packaging was not really created for them. The packaging that's of most brands out there is quite masculine, it's quite cold. They also said that when they walk down the aisle of a large pharmacy, it is extremely intimidating because a lot of the things, what is coenzyme Q10, right? And should I be taking it or not? So we decided to create a brand visually that was completely gender neutral, that would appeal as much to men as it would to women. And the inspiration is the old British apothecary. So the little square bottle is kind of like reminiscent of times gone by. So there's sort of a classic design to it. And from a naming perspective, we decided to just go straight to the point, like tell people what this is going to do for them, right? So it's a sleep product, or it's a stress fighter, or whatever it happens to be, just to make things a lot easier and easier to navigate.
And if any of you watching, I would encourage you, go check out these products, give them a try. Go to the website too, because you can buy them. You're also available e-commerce. That's correct, right?
Yep, e-commerce, yep.
So no excuse not to try it out. And like I said, I'm not exaggerating. I literally use this every day. I take the stress fighter more than I'd like to admit. And the beauty sleep doesn't hurt too when I want to wind it down. So Monica, really appreciate having you in. And for those of you watching at home, I'm not your investment advisor. I can't tell you what you should and should not buy. I can tell you, however, that I genuinely believe in this company. Monica, I believe in you, everything that you're doing. I invested personally. My entire team did. We are really laser focused on wellness trends. And something like this it all comes down to the hit product. And this is something I want to put in my body. It's something I've searched for. And I really don't see I haven't found any other companies doing something quite like you are. So very, very impressed and proud and really happy to be having this interview with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
much. Yeah, my pleasure. And we're going to do plenty of videos like this. So investors at home, if you do have an interest, we're currently available to Canadian investors. The ticker symbol is WLCO.V. Americans, stay tuned. You'll have to wait a little bit longer, but keep following our channels. We'll inform you. And of course, if you have any questions, fire them our way anytime. And we can't wait to do another video like this with you, Monica, and get right back into it.
Thanks, Kevin.
Okay, thank you. Take care. And I can't wait to do this again.